Welcome back to Roadsteading, where we just received our order from the Simcoe Spring Services out of Ontario, Canada. This is a lift kit for your trailers, or we're going to use their lift kit from them. The lift kit comes with new U-bolts. Now, why do you want to lift your trailer? Well, that's a simple answer. You want your truck or your tow vehicle and your trailer to ride level with each other. You don't want the trailer to be nose up. Like we have been towing our trailer since we purchased it. We've been towing it nose up. Now, there are other ways you can achieve a level ride with your trailer. You can adjust the pin on your fifth wheel or the hitch in the bed of the truck. They're adjustable. You can move one up or down to achieve a level ride. On a travel trailer, you can do this as well with the ball hitch. There's usually an adjustment there that you can adjust to achieve a level ride. We're simply out of adjustment. I've lowered our truck hitch as much as I can, and I've lifted the pin box on our fifth wheel, and I've achieved the closest thing to level that I can. So the next option for us, economically, financially, would be a lifting block kit from the Simco Spring Services out of Ontario, Canada. Not a sponsored video. Just like all of our other videos, we are not sponsored. These are our reviews on these. We paid our own money for these. This is not a paid advertisement. There was one other option we could have done, and that was to put a flatbed on our truck and a new hitch, and then we could achieve a level ride with our truck and our trailer. That was an option that was on the table for a while, but this was way cheaper at just $300. You know, a new hitch, a flatbed. You know, we're getting up there into some money. So by putting this 3-inch lift, now I did the measurements. I did the measurements over and over from Arizona to Rhode Island. Anytime we stopped, I would take measurements on the trailer and come up with an average of what I needed on a lift, and a 3-inch lift seemed to be the answer. The reason I did this was we're always on different surfaces, and finding a completely level surface was difficult for me. There was one more option that we could have done for leveling the truck and trailer, and that was lowering the truck. In fact, I did this with our old fifth wheel. I lowered the truck to achieve a level ride. But I since then have put the truck back to stock factory height because it rides a lot better, and I rather leave it at a stock height. So here was our next step. Lifting blocks. 3-inch lifting blocks. These were about $300 for everything. The quality seems good. This, for you fabricators out there, was simply, it looks like it was a tube that was cut, and then a plate welded in the center, a web there was welded in. You can see the registration there, the thing to register it with the springs and the axles there. The quality seems pretty good. The paint on it is not the highest quality paint, but it's a suspension part that's probably going to rust on us. I'm not too concerned with that because I'm going to repaint these once they're on the trailer. Because once I put the U-bolts once I put the U-bolts on and the new hardware, this came with all the nuts and washers to install as well, which was really nice. I didn't have to source any of these at another location. Once I put it all together, I think I'm going to paint it all in for protection anyway. So there's just some peeling of the paint here. Not a big deal. No, I don't think it's a big deal at all. It's not powder coated. It's not a showpiece. It is what it is. And now it's 9 months later, and we are in Huntsville, Texas. We have taken our trailer approximately 5,000 miles in the last 9 months with the lifting blocks on these axles right here. With the lifting blocks installed, everything under here still looks pretty good. I never did get around to painting them like I wanted to, but they have done a great job in leveling the fifth wheel with our truck. Now, it wasn't my first want. You know, I didn't want to lift the fifth wheel because that lifts the center of gravity. Now we're talking 3 inches. I don't know how much that's going to affect it. I haven't noticed any big change in the drivability of our trailer with our truck. In the beginning I thought, oh, it's more top heavy, the trucks are pushing us around a little bit more, but I think that was due to the air pressure being wrong in the rear tires on the truck. Overall, it works great. We have taken this to many state parks and some BLM locations, so having that extra height clearance never hurts. Driving down the highway, I would prefer it to sit lower to the ground, but until we can change the bed of our truck to a flat bed or a hauler bed, this was the most economical fix for us. I hope this review has been helpful for you on these lifting blocks. Again, from the Simcoe Spring Services. We are not a sponsored channel. We are not a sponsored video. We purchased these with our own money because financially this seemed like the best quality for the price we could get at this time in 2025. We're extremely excited about these. Now, they are a little bit lower on the price scale, but they are a temporary solution for us because I'm looking at modifying the suspension in the future, but I'm a year to 2 years out on that, and I needed something now to level out our trailer. So I'm excited to try these out. I'm excited for that new suspension that we want to install, or we may never get to, like many of our projects. I hope this review has been helpful for you. Until next time, remember to seek, learn, experience, and grow. And thank you for listening to me ramble on and on.